Hi guys, so as promised, today we're going to be doing long division, which is just division with big numbers. Now, if you remember what we were doing last week, and I gave you a review video if you need to go back and refresh, we were looking at how to divide small things. So remember, if you have 10 apples and you want to put them into groups of two apples per group, how many groups are you going to have? And that's how we were doing it. Well, today we're going to do some big numbers. So if you want to know what 6,438 divided by 2 is, well, what are we going to do? We don't have 6,438 apples. That would take way too long to draw out. So someone a long time ago came up with something called long division. And the way you do it is first you're going to draw, we're going to call it a house. It's really half a house, but that's okay. And you're going to write the really big number or the top number inside the house. So the big number lives inside and the smaller number lives outside. Now, from here, it can get a little confusing, so I'll walk you through a couple. First of all, we're going to ignore this back half momentarily. So ignore these numbers. Pretend they don't exist, okay? We want to know how many times the number 2 can go into the number 6. So, what is 6 divided by 2? Well, we know from last week that is 3. So we're going to write this 3 up at the top. All right. And we know that 2 times 3 from our multiplication tables is 6. So we're going to write our number 6 right here. Now, we're going to draw a line straight across because we finished this first column, right? We have all our numbers there. And we're going to do some subtraction. So 6 minus 6 is 0. Good job. All right. Now, that might be confusing, but we'll work through another problem. Next, we're going to bring this 4 down. Okay? And we're going to write it right there. Yep, right there. Now, we want to know how many times does the number 2 go into the number 4? How many? Can you tell me? That's right, 2. So we write the number 2 above the number 4. Now we know 2 times 2 equals 4. Ta-da! All right. Draw another line across. Oh, might run out of room here. So, then we're going to bring down the number 3. Well, what then? How many times does 2 go into the number 3? Like say Miss Martinez, 2 doesn't evenly go into 3. We'll have 1 left over. That's right. But if it were to go into 3, how many times would it go in? That's right, just once. And it's okay that we still have some left over. And so let me shrink this a little bit so it fits. All right, so that's right. So then we're going to do 2 times 1 equals 2. And so we're going to write the 2 underneath the 3. And we're going to do our subtraction again. And you're right, we have 1 left over. That's okay. Now, lastly, we're going to bring down this 8. And we're going to write it right here. So, the last question. How many times does 2 go into the number 18? Now, it's a big number, so if you need to think about it, just take a minute, okay? How many times does the number 2 go into 18? That's right, 9 times. 9 times 2 is 18. And look, we have none left over. So now we know that 6,438 divided by the number 2 is equal to 3,219. Ta-da! And that is how you do long division. So let's do one more practice, and then you're going to go ahead and play the game that I sent you to practice and work on a worksheet, okay? So we want to know how much 4,636 divided by 2 is. So first things first, draw your little house and put the big number inside. Small number goes outside. Good job. All right. Now, how many times does the number 2 go into the number 4? That's right, 2. So where do we put the 2? Up above the number 4. Because 2 times 2 equals 4. All right, draw a line across. 4 minus 4, 0. All right, so then we know, time to bring Mr. 6 down. So then, how many times does the number 2 go into the number 6? That's right, 3 times. So you put the number 3 above the number 6. Write the number 6 below because 2 times 3 equals 6. Do our subtraction and look, 0. All right, time to bring that pesky number 3 down. All right, so how many times does the number 2 go into the number 3? Right, only once. But do you remember what happens? When we go to subtract, we have 1 left over. But remember, that's okay. We don't mind. We're going to go ahead and bring the 6 down, all the way down. That's a long way. And look, now we have the number 16. Woo! So how many times does the number 2 go into the number 16? That's right, 8 times. So we write the number 8 after the 1. 2 times 8, 16. And when we subtract, look, we have none left over, so we know that we did it right. So we know the answer is 2,318. All right, guys, go ahead and use that game that I sent you to practice. And if you have any questions, you can always email me, or we can set up a digital meeting so I can show you some more problems, okay?